Hello beer fans, welcome to Andy's Beer Reviews. We are on day 16 of our beer advent calendar. Day 16, beer 16. Not long to go to the big day itself. Oh, it's another bottle. I do prefer bottles. Easy to get out. Yeah, it's not the heavy one. Oh! Oh! It won't go through the hole. Crikey, what is this one? Oh, brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. That's what we've got today. This is House of Ales and Nailmaker. House of Ales is the beer shop I got this from. It's where I get a lot of my beers from, my bottle shop beers. Kyle in there kicked some nice beers. He's got some really good beers. And this is his Pontefract Liquorice Stout, coming at 5% ABV. I've had a lot of this beer. He's brewed this with other brewers for 2 years now. This is his second one. Let's crack it open. I'm glad there's one of these in here. It's a really nice licorice beer. My favourite was always is it Licorice Libation? But the brewer's got out of business now years ago, which is an absolute crying shame. I've poured that like an idiot, haven't I? So Pontefract and licorice, yeah. So in Pontefract we have a licorice fair every year. That's why he brews this. He sells it there. Just knock that head back. So we have a licorice fair every year because Pontefract is famous for licorice. It's famous for licorice because we have been growing licorice in Pontefract since the 11th century. We had a monastery which isn't there now, and I think that's where it all started. But apparently the soil around the castle where the monastery used to be is absolutely beautiful growing conditions for licorice. I think that the monks in the monastery realised this. They used to do it, I'm guessing, just for medicinal purposes. But I think once the castle was there, so monastery went, castle was built, and I think the tradition of growing licorice in that Pontefract area has just always been around. And going back, we used to have a ton, absolute ton of, it's poured a dark cola colour with a dark frothy head. We used to have a ton of sweet manufacturers in Pontefract. It's down to just 2 now. Yeah, you sniff it, did I? Smells like licorice. Let's do it properly. Right, so aroma. So I went straight into it because I know this beer quite well. Smells like licorice. You get nothing else from this. You get a little bit of, you do get a bit of roastness, you do get a little bit of smokiness, but it's licorice. I've never had a beer that's used as much licorice as these guys have used in this. Smells great, looks great. Let's taste it. Cheers, everybody. There you go. So my grandparents, when they were growing up, I probably told this story before when I've had this beer, or licorice beers. They used it, wasn't it? I don't think it was a licorice factory. No, I think it was a licorice factory, but I think it was proper licorice. So you get like the licorice we have now. I get every so often. It's the from sweet shops where you can find it. It's the really hard licorice roots. When my grandparents were little in Pontefract, and a lot of licorice was grown in the area. Obviously, you pull out the whole plant. It's the roots you're after. But when a root from a plant is fresh, particularly ends of it, I think that the very fine ends of the roots they used to call cat's whiskers, and they're so supple and juicy and just so much full of licorice flavour. My grandparents always used to tell the story of where there's some flats down in Pontefract. There used to be some licorice some licorice manufacturing going on there. And basically, you take all these roots and clean them and prepare them, and then sell them out to the shops. And they were, like I said, the soft roots, not the hard ones we get now. And my grandparents, like all the kids in the area, used to collect newspapers. And apparently, you knock on the back door of the manufacturing place, the licorice manufacturing place, hand over like a bundle of papers. They used to pay the kids in licorice roots. Absolutely amazing. So my grandparents got me the love of everything licorice. I love licorice now. Not so much when you get like, spill it everywhere. The old like licorice whole sorts where you get all the little the candy, all the different candy flavours. I just like licorice. I think licorice is a fantastic. I've brewed a licorice before as well because I think it's a phenomenal. It just brings a beer to absolute life. It's a cracking ingredient. The beer itself, then, pretty much like the aroma. There is a lot of licorice in it. A little bit of roastiness. There's a nice level of it's not overly sweet, but you get like almost like a really sweet sweet chocolate. So there's a little layer of coffee, very very faint coffee, but there's just a lovely what tastes like a really good quality chocolate flavour with it. But from the aroma, from first sip to last, there's just a really wonderful licorice flavour all the way down it. If you like your licorice stouts, it's certainly a beer to try. I don't know how many of these he's got left. Probably not that many. But we'll brew them again next year, I'm sure it will. And hopefully with Nailmaker, because they've done a really good job with this one this year. Let's see it away. A really, really silky smooth beer, this one. Silky smooth. For me, if you like licorice, very, very tasty beer indeed. Score-wise, it's a 9 out of 10 beer, this one. 9 out of 10 from Andy's Beer Views. If you've tried this fella, let me know your thoughts and comments, please, or give me your favourite beer that's got licorice in it. Because I'd love to explore some more beers that's got licorice. I did mean to say, actually, if you ever pick up, obviously, Pontefract and licorice, if you ever picked up some Pontefract cakes or Pomfret cakes, make sure they've got a stamp of the castle on, because they're the best ones. There you go. Yeah, leave me your thoughts on licorice beers and which is your favourite. Until next time, everybody, enjoy beers. Cheers.